So this is the new car.
Brand new. So massive upgrade from our last car, obviously. It's way more safe. It's got a lot more features that we didn't have, a lot more technology. So it's going to be a bit of an adjustment, but it is nice.
Yep, so it's the Mazda BT50 2023 dual cab chassis with a tray. It's the XT model, so it's not the top of the range, but it's pretty much what we wanted.
It is exactly what we wanted. Colour we wanted. We didn't want to just get like a white stock. We actually didn't choose this colour. It's just kind of what we signed up for. I don't know how that went.
I think we looked online and we were like, we like that colour the best, so we inquired about this colour, which is rock grey.
Rock grey, yeah.
Rock grey.
It's really nice. Got like a bit of a blue to it, which is really, really nice, but obviously you have to take care of it now, no scratches. And then Joss got the upgraded tray, so the heavy duty one. Fits the canopy. Luckily, we measured that. Yeah, we're just transferring literally our whole setup onto this car with a few mods that Joss will go through.
Yep, so let's start under the bonnet. Actually, I don't really know what I'm looking at under the bonnet, but let's start there.
No red dirt under here, whereas our last one was just covered with red dirt and everything. Wow, this looks so different.
It's very different. Compared to the 2010 model, it is a lot of changes, obviously very different size. Battery, engine, airbox, that's about my limit.
Is this the windscreen wiper oil?
No.
Oh, dang it.
That's the coolant. Windscreen wipers over here.
But I actually could have gotten that one if I looked at the little symbol.
Yeah.
And this is the oil.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good job. All right, actually quite a bit of room in here, as you can see.
So much.
Like shorter than what we've had previously, but it's actually seems to be roomy, though mechanics might beg to differ. Different airbox, looks like a square air filter this time. Yeah, this will probably be the cleanest it's ever going to be. So we'll try and keep it as clean as we can, but yeah, I wouldn't expect much more than this.
Yeah, and another thing to note, we were tossing up whether to get another BT50 or the Isuzu D-Max, just because they're really well-performing cars within our budget. And a thing to note, I think, is it from the 2020 or 2021 BT50s?
Don't quote me. I think it's 2021.
Yeah, I think so too. They've got the actual D-Max engines.
Yeah,
the
so I think Isuzu,
no longer the Rangers.
Isuzu make the engines for the BT50s now.
Yeah.
So this and the Isuzu is pretty much like for like.
Yeah,
I think
other than the interior.
Yeah, some interior features are slightly different. So yeah, that's what we were tossing up between. We got this.
Came down to price really and availability, which is why we went with the BT.
Yeah, the price that we got was a bit better.
Yeah, much better.
Actually, yeah, much better.
Should that be full or no? What is this?
No, that's right.
Just oil.
No, that's coolant.
Oh, cool.
Green. All right, that's the engine bay.
What are we going to do to the front of the car? Oops.
So what we're going to do to the front here is obviously we're going to put a snorkel. As people know, it helps with airflow intake and obviously water crossings and stuff, though we don't have many of them planned. Also, we're going to put an ARB bull bar on the front here, which is coming very soon. Just a good safety mod and whatnot. So the front will change slightly. We're going to keep it pretty simple. We're not going to do things like side steps and that. We're going to try and keep our weight down as much as possible, being a dual cab. We're going to put an auto transmission cooler in. From the research we've done, that is probably a good mod to do, especially when you've got a lot of weight on you. But other than that, nothing crazy else on the front. We're going to do our spotties, UHF, so stay tuned for all that stuff. They'll sit on the bull bar.
Tyres?
Oh, tyres, yeah, good point. We're going to swap these out for some all-terrain tyres and some steel rims. Even though these are nice and brand new, we just think that for the kind of stuff we're doing, beach driving, off-road stuff, we just want to have the best possible tyres for grip and durability in those cases. So we'll swap these out, try and sell these off second hand and get a bit bigger size. Don't know what brand we'll go with yet, potentially the Falcons, but we'll keep you updated on that. So at this stage we don't have any seat covers on there, but we have them and we're going to do that for our next videos, so make sure you subscribe for that. They're really good seat covers, a really new type, and where they're going to go in the front and the back.
Yeah,
so
we really, as well, we're not just making an impulse decision to buy this car, even though we weren't planning on doing it. We want this car to last like another 10 years, so we are really taking care of especially the internal wear and tear, getting in and out of the car while traveling around Australia, like dirty or wet. So yeah, we really want to protect the seats, getting some floor mats and things like that, just to make sure everything just stays best condition.
The floor mats we're getting, we've ordered them, and they're going to be like 3D molded to the floor, so that way they won't move around and stuff like that.
Got some solar screens coming as well, especially because now we've got a dual cab. We need to get all the windows in the back insulated, but also just so people can't peek in and see what gear we've got in the car.
We'll also do a video on installing our solar screens, having a good look at them, so subscribe.
Yes.
Front of the car.
This is where it changes so much compared to to our last one.
Yeah, obviously our last one being 2010 was real basic, no cruise control, pretty much no electrics at all.
None.
So this is probably not as fancy as a lot of people's cars, but for us, it's like a spaceship. It's really nice. So I guess this is your run-of-the-mill kind of things. We've got touchscreen, we've got Apple Play, you've got all your controls on your...
Yeah, you've got your lane assist, you've got, obviously just change it from two-wheel drive into four-wheel drive while driving, and then if you want to go into low range, that's when you need to stop and lock it in. Got like extra grip when it's raining. You got this other feature, I don't know what it's called. But...
So we've got steep hill descent assist, and then we've got a rear diff, which is going to be really handy. Never had one of them before. Like Megan said, lane assist,
blind spot in the
blind spot
mirrors,
monitoring,
cruise control,
which is crazy, and then your navigation, but also it like tells you what the speed limit is, like where you are, so things like that. Or how far
in front a car is from you, and then if you got cruise control on it, it makes you automatically stop.
Yeah.
It's got obviously like speed limit, so you can set that to just cruising, and you can never go over the speed limit, which is good for Joss.
And also, just standard things like automatic wipers and that kind of stuff, which is a massive upgrade for us, and automatic headlights.
Yeah, headlights.
That's a weird one.
We were driving the other night, and there's cars coming in, and it automatically takes your high beam off, which is just so cool.
Yeah, really cool. So we're going to get used to all those features. We've only had this for a day or so, still learning all of that. Apple Play, really handy. CarPlay, sorry. We're going to get used to that, but it's going to be a great upgrade from having our phones connected all the time on like mounting them and whatnot. Maybe
one thing that we're not really liking from our last car to this car is the storage. So in our last one, obviously there was a much bigger glove box which we could actually utilize, whereas this one has two small ones which that only fits the manual.
Yeah.
And then that's really our only storage now, and this one in the front, which for us who live out of their car, it's not ideal, but I guess we gain all that back seat. So
yeah, that is true. I think these days it's pretty common that the storage is reduced. It seems to be like a lot of thick plastic kind of deal. Yeah, that's one of the cons that we've found so far.
Yeah, so far. We're not even started putting stuff in here yet.
That's right. Yeah, automatic, which is another big change.
Yes.
Our last car was manual, so we're going to love that, especially driving through the cities, and even four-wheel driving. We're going to be able to find that it's a bit easier to not have to worry about changing gears. There's obviously pros and cons to being manual and auto, but we're going to enjoy the change, I think.
Definitely.
Yep. So nice gear stick that only moves up and down. It does have manual. You can do manual if you want. I think. USBs, auxiliary, your pretty standard stuff. Still has one of these thingies. This one doesn't have climate control or anything, it's just standard.
Which is nice though. Oh my god, it's actually so roomy in here.
Alright, we're now in the back.
So much space.
So much space. It's going to be really handy to be able to fit actually three other people in our car. As you'd know, in our space cab we only had, well, we took the seats out and we had storage. Yep. So this will become our storage, but also you can put people in there.
Yeah, so we intend on keeping the whole setup the same, so we'll literally just put our storage containers on the back seat here. With the seat covers, won't do any damage. So yeah, we're just trying to keep it simple, utilise the space, but not actually add more things or more weight. That's really our priority with this new car. Yeah, definitely. I think we want to try and, it's going to be a bit of a challenge to fit things in the storage that they've got here, so that's actually what we're going to do today. So yeah, and another thing to note maybe with the setup if you're interested is obviously with our last car we had an extended fuel tank. We don't have that in this car because it was too expensive, and something we'll probably add in later. We've lost our water tank, which we're still trying to find a solution to that. We had 70 litres of water under the tray. We haven't been able to take that into this car, so again, Joss needs to come up with a solution for that. And we've lost our two under tray toolboxes, which is where we used to put all our like yucky things that would get dirty, like our hose and fishing gear and recovery gear and stuff like that. So now we've got to find a space either in the canopy or in here, I suppose. I think in the canopy. Yeah, it has to be in the canopy. It's too yuck. Yeah, those are some compromises. Obviously, buying a brand new car while you're traveling, budget's a big thing. So we've had to compromise on a few things. We will try and work on that as we go. Yeah, there is some storage under the chair. So I don't know what we're going to put in there just yet, because obviously it's stuff you don't want to get in and out of every day. So we were thinking maybe just some like extra pairs of shoes or winter gear, or maybe even some, actually I don't know. We'll show you that in a sec. Yeah. Aircon in the back and USB. Nice big handles. For when Megan's driving, you gotta hold on. Small window at the back, but I guess that won't matter to us because we're putting the canopy on. Yep. Let's have a look under these seats. So there's a thing under here, and it just like pulls it. Oh. So there's actually two compartments. Not very deep, but yeah, shoes won't even fit in there. No, we're gonna have to, we'll find something to fit in there, but it's better than nothing. Yeah.
And then behind here, I think I need Megan to lift it, is your bottle jack.
What's this? Oh, is that for car seats?
Yeah, and then I guess a tiny bit of space for just some stuff, but
yeah.
Look, we'll sort that out. Water bottle holders in the side, electric windows, all your standard stuff essentially. So the tray is 1800 by 1800, so it will fit our canopy perfectly. Obviously, as many people know, with the dual cab, you're gonna have a lot more overhang past the rear tires. So the thing we need to be really cautious of is having all the weight of the heavy stuff in the canopy up forward, probably within this first third. That way we reduce the weight that's hanging over the back. But the good thing is all these come now with the 1800 tray, so we are able to put our canopy on here. Down the track, we're probably going to reduce the size of the canopy anyway, but for now, this is perfect. This is the heavy duty tray, as Megan mentioned earlier, so it's just got better reinforcement within the floor, and also it's got the bigger tube up the top. Nice easy sides to drop down. It's really simple, really basic. And something that a little issue that we ran into was when you see these brand new, they've actually got a little upright here which runs the entire length. And I'm not sure for eagle-eyed viewers, you'll be able to see that this has been cut. So our canopy wouldn't fit on it if it had the upright there. It's usually for tradies to put tie downs and stuff in it. It's got holes in it. We've asked Mazda to just cut that off clean, so now it's flat. They've put countersunk bolts in here so we can just put our canopy straight on. So if we left it, our canopy wouldn't have fit. It would have been about that much too narrow. Really happy with the tray. It's a heavy duty one, but it's actually not, being aluminium, it's not heavy. We also got the tow bar put on. Again, we could have spent a fair bit of money and got an expensive one done, but we thought we would just stick with the Mazda one. It was much cheaper. We're not planning on towing anything massive at the moment, and we're going to add some recovery points later down the track. It's a bit odd having a bit of like a bumper under a tray, but that holds all your blind spot monitoring and all your sensors and stuff. So it is a bit of an eyesore, but it's essential if you're going to stick with the standard tow bar. Oh, and that it's got a reversing camera, so which is really handy. These things, when Megan's reversing, we won't hear anything. So suspension's obviously a big one, having to hold that canopy, which is quite heavy, and adding things like bull bars and the car is obviously going to weigh a lot more, and this suspension isn't going to be capable of what we want to do. So we're actually working closely with Fulcrum suspensions, so stay tuned for that. There's going to be a whole video on what we do to the car while we're upgrading and what we're adding. But essentially we're going to change the whole suspension, so it's going to ride better both front and back. We're going to take it into Fulcrum and see where the weight's sitting and whatnot. That way we're going to be able to comfortably hold the canopy. That's coming. That's coming. So thanks for watching. That is a quick rundown on our brand new car. We're doing so many new mods and upgrades and adding accessories internally, externally. So make sure you subscribe. It's going to be a pretty cool fit out when we finish it all. So see you next time.